Good day, everyone. So, for today, we will be discussing a new topic, which is the tourism platforms. So, before that, let us define first what is platforms. So, when we say platforms, is a common theme shared by each batch of studies of tourism. It is similar with the concept of paradigm, which is a way of looking at the nature of something, identifying the issues which are most important to consider, and thinking of way to solve those issues. So when we say platforms, for example, it is considered as paradigm. So when we say paradigm, it is a system of assumption, concept, values, and practices that constitute of viewing reality. So let us assume that platforms is like wearing an eyeglass, and each eyeglass has different filters to view what is tourism. So that is the brief explanation of platforms. So over past 50 years, the study of tourism has undergone shifts focus or what is referred to platform by Jaffery 99. So when we say platforms, to make it easy, it is our views and assumptions about the tourism. So there are five platforms. The first four platforms are by Joffrey 99 and the fifth one is by Todes 2011. So in an advocacy platform, it sees tourism as a good thing and celebrates tourism positive impacts on the economy, environment, and society. For example, in 2018, the tourism industry contributed 12.7% in the national GDP of the Philippines, meaning to say it brought a big or high numbers of salaries and wages to the Philippines. In terms of economy also, it also brought the high numbers of employment rate to our people. In environment, we see tourism as a beautification and betterment of places. For example, in Boracay, we see this in terms of environment as a beautiful place to visit wherein people can relax. In society, it involves the community in dealing with different positive activities that could tourism give. For example, are the tour guiding, you meet different people, you meet other people wherein, for example, in the Boracay initiative, the sustainable tourism development and stewardship framework proposed to the public and private stakeholders of Boracay Island. So because of that, the Philippines become more popular when it comes to the beautiful beaches and islands. So now let's talk about the two theories that has been mentioned. The first one is the modernization theory. So tourism assumes that tourism contributes to the economic progress and transformation of traditional societies into modern one. Meaning to say, because of the tourism, we are able to reach modernization, wherein of course it's um, give us the opportunity to develop our country in a modern one, and of course we are able to uh, have a good competition to other country as well. While the trickle down theory, which is also associated with advocacy platforms, assumes that any form of economic growth will lead to improvement of the living condition of everybody. So because of the tourism industry, we are able to have a better life because of the tourism industry. So I think it is because of the jobs and the employments that a tourism can give, because we all know that tourism industry is a very big industry. So thank you, that's all. Cautionary platform.
views tourism as a bad thing and desires the negative effect of mass tourism that the advocacy platform has engendered. Critics of mass tourism view as creating dependency and leakages that sap the wealth of a country. Tourism pollutes and contributes to the loss of biodiversity. Dependency and theory and irritation index model are the theories related to this platform. So in this platform, I believe it is the complete opposite of the advocacy platform, wherein this platform sees the negative effects that the tourism platforms brings. For example, the waste and pollution that the platforms may contribute to the environment.
Adaptancy platform. It acknowledges that mass tourism has negative impacts, but this can be minimized or avoided with alternative tourism, which refers to low volume, low impact forms of tourism, the antithesis of mass tourism. So, when we say adaptancy from the word adapt, this means alternative to avoid negative result of mass tourism. There are two sets of adaptancy platform that may constitute alternative tourism, which are oriented to the environment and society. First is the environmentally oriented. Includes ecotourism, soft tourism, and green tourism. So, the environmentally oriented, ito yung nakakaakma at hindi nakakasama sa kapaligiran. This includes ecotourism, where hindi lamang to enjoy and to travel ang mga travelers, kundi to conserve the environment. They make sure na magkaroon man ng environmental impact ay minimal lamang o kaunti lang. Another form of alternative tourism in oriented to the society are soft tourism and green tourism. This is a small tourism which involves natural and last or minimalist environmental impacts. Kaya ito ay environment conservation din like ecotourism. The second one is socially oriented. Include altruistic tourism, volunteer tourism, just tourism, accessible tourism, ethnic tourism, community-based tourism, responsible tourism, proper tourism, and fair trade tourism. So this includes altruistic or volunteer tourism, which means to devote their time, money, and other costs to volunteer in tourism. Do so only for the benefit of those who are in need. Yun. Ang iba pang kabilang din dito ay ang just tourism, which means unequal for all. Accessible tourism, which ensures tourist destination products and services are accessible to all. Ethnic tourism, where travelers experience practices of another culture. Responsible tourism is about making better places for people to visit. Proper tourism that generates net benefits to poor. Fair trade, tourism where goods and services can be bought with glitter or notary. With all of these, the objectives of adaptancy platform, which is to avoid the negative impacts of mass tourism, could be realized. Yun lamang po. Thank you.
Now we are discussing about the knowledge-based platform. It views tourism from holistic perspective in terms of underlying structures and functions. This platform supports a critical analysis of tourism and is not inclined to labeling certain forms of tourism. Any form of tourism is neither initially bad or good. Sustainable tourism develop concept whose uh, principles include the need of education and research conforms to the knowledge-based platform. And in addition, in a tourism knowledge-based platform, it is a grounded in holistic treatment of tourism. So in the research inquires there's the tourism as a whole, not just an impact of forms, so that tourism also underlying structures and functions can be brought to light. And also this is the main formation of scientific body of knowledge in of the tourism. And as what I have saying that the knowledge-based platform in tourism is a views of a holistic perspective, not only from the impact but also from the forms of terms of function and underlying in structure. In addition, based on my own research, that the knowledge-based platforms is one of the Jafaris 4 platforms, and it is found in 1990s that it is promote planning for specific tourism activities and destination which attempt to specifically determine impacts and capacities for the tourism destination. So that could be all. Thank you so much.
Social justice platform. It embraced participatory processes involving open dialogue, inclusivity, resource distribution, equity, equality through poor planning, gender sensitivity, responsiveness to diversity, DODES 2011. Tourism planners must be conscious of their roles as agent of social change. Law 2007 Community Approach as described by Murphy 1983 and Getz 1986. Tourism that not only exploit community resources but also tries to put back into the community will also fall under this platform. These platforms talk about interacting with other cultures and beliefs. It may help us to understand each other, to have a good relationship and communication. And it also talk about being equal inside a society. Based on Law 2007, tourism planners calls us agent of social change because they have a power to bring equity and unity in the society. In Murphy 1983, in Getz 1986, it says that tourism didn't only use the community as the resources. Instead, community and may benefits from tourism.
So that would be all. Thank you very much. We are the Group 11. Moredo Christine Joy, Morrison Harold Rico, Ordanza Nico D, Ravino Giselle, and Ramos Ricame.